Your girl Sonja J, and I'm here with a very disturbing, disgusting story. But I feel I need to report it because nobody's gonna hear about it really, and I'm just worried that because this is about a black girl, nobody's gonna hear about it or care. So I'm reporting it. This is extremely disgusting, and we're just here to talk about it. I'm going to report to you guys what's going on, read to you guys the articles that I read, and show you my sources, and give my opinion at the end. As you can see from the title, a young, underage black girl who isn't even in high school yet was assaulted by two 17-year-old Indian brothers. And let's talk about it because I'm just so freaking disgusted. And, I first heard about this from Leah Gordon's page. She posted it on her YouTube community tab, and I seen it and I was like, OMG. I even screenshot a few comments from her community tab of women that actually gave their opinions on this, and I'll show that in a minute. And so after I seen this, I was like disgusted and disturbed. So I just went to Google and looked up the information myself, and this is what I pulled up, and these are the articles I pulled up, and I just decided to talk about it because I feel like we need to talk about this. So here we go. So BET wrote their article, and as it titles, teen boys of Indian descent accused of urinating on black girl at New Jersey high school football game. I mean, I'm gonna give my opinions at the end, but this is just disturbing. This is honestly, in my opinion, just as bad as rape. It may not be a sexual assault, but it's a disturbing assault nonetheless. And this is just disturbing and disgusting. Let me keep reading. Two teenage boys of Indian descent allegedly urinated on a black girl while using racially derogatory names at a high school football game in New Jersey. The alleged incident took place at a Lawrence High School football game on Friday, October 18th night. So this just happened over the weekend. Police said they opened an investigation into the possible bias crime after social media posts alleged someone urinated on another person while using racially derogatory names, NewJersey.com reports. One parent's social media post said a boy urinated on a black middle school girl while using the N-word, according to NewJersey.com. The two 17-year-old boys were arrested on Saturday, October 19th, but it was not clear exactly what occurred during the alleged incident. The Lawrence Township Police Department and the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office would like to announce the arrest of two 17-year-old males that reside in Lawrence Township in connection with the bias incident that occurred at the Lawrence High School football game last evening, October 18, 2019. The Lawrence Township Mayor Christopher Bobbitt wrote on Facebook, "The boys, whose names were not released because they are minors, were charged with multiple counts of harassment, bias, intimidation, and lewdness." Honestly, I don't even feel like that's enough for them to be charged with. That's one of the most disgusting things you can do to a person, aside from shitting on them or raping them. But I will continue. The incident is still under investigation, Mayor Bobbitt added. Detective Dan Gladney, Detective David Burns, and Detective Ryan Dunn of the Lawrence Police are leading the investigation. People reacted to the arrest with mixed feelings. Great news, one person wrote in response to the mayor's Facebook post. It's funny when people in the law enforcement or the fucking president post on social media. That just sounds funny to me. I don't know why, it just does. But they wrote, "This was truly awful and should not be tolerated by anyone." I agree. Another person wrote, "It's a good start." And yet another wrote, "I hope they get some actual jail time in juvie or even adult jail." I agree. More likely, though, is they'll get off with a slap on the wrist and counseling or whatever, which is what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm reporting this, because I just want to get my opinions out in the open early before this case either goes away or blows up even further. Let's continue. The last page, and I'm gonna give you guys my opinions. After initially being alerted to the incident, Mayor Bobbitt said he was deeply disturbed by the account of the incident on Facebook, and that he immediately informed the chief of police, the township manager, and the school board liaison to township council. As I have said publicly before, hate has no home in Lawrence Township, he wrote. As someone that has felt its sting, I know that bigotry exists and sadly will continue to exist, but that doesn't mean that I give up, Mayor Bobbitt wrote. Instead, I look to find allies that will help me fight the cancer of bigotry. And then there's 2 other articles that I also pulled up talking about the same thing from ABC7 and also the Daily Mail. I'll just post it up so you can see what the article looked like. But this is just, disgusting. Like, this just happened over the weekend. This is a new case that just got open. So obviously, the situation's still under investigation. It did say in the article that the 2 boys were arrested, but I'm sure they're already out on bail by now. Because 1, they're underage, and 2, their family may have money. I don't know, but at least there was an arrest made, and there is an investigation going on. However, and I don't think I read it in the article, but I did read in an article. Hopefully, it'll be posted somewhere. But the young black girl that was assaulted, she was only in the 8th grade. So these are 2 17-year-old boys, probably about to turn 18 in the next month or 2. They're seniors in high school, and they assault this young 8th grade black girl who's probably only 13 or 14 years old. And it also says that, they were saying racial slurs as they were doing it. And it's like, oh my God. It's like, I'm already disgusted at the simple fact that they did it. Like, oh, it's like, honestly, I really don't even know what to say. Like, I'm sure you guys can already tell I'm completely disgusted. I'm completely flabbergasted. I'm angry. I'm upset. Like, I'm going to tell you this. You fuck with my daughter and I'm going to kill you. I ain't monetized, so I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want on this bitch. You fuck with my son or you fuck with my daughter, I will do whatever I can in my power to kill you. And I mean that. That's not a threat. That's a promise. If I was that young black girl's father or mother, I'm telling you right now, I'd be out for blood. I'm telling you. You doing that is literally, like I said, it's like, to me, it's the same thing as rape. Like, for you to take out your little penis and you urinate on a young, innocent girl just because of the simple fact that she's black. And what kills me, and this is why I made my video, I just made a video yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, about, Latinos and Indians. Well, I didn't really talk too much about Indians specifically, but, other races that are considered of color, that are not white, but they're of color. It really annoys me and bugs me when people try to say, oh, well, everybody of color goes through the same thing and we're all in the same boat. Because clearly we're not. If you really pay attention and do your fucking research, you will see there's plenty of articles and plenty of situations like this where it's other people of color who are not white. The white people have hate towards black people too. But there are also other races of people who are not white and who are considered of color, in quotation marks, that have just as much hate and prejudice towards black people as white people do. A lot of people want to ignore it. A lot of people want to act like, oh, we're all in the same boat. Oh, everything's the same. It's not the fucking same. It's not the same. And I'm not saying black people don't do fucked up shit to black people. They do. All races, hurt each other. There's white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime. It happens all the time. However, usually when those crimes happen, it's just a crime because it's a crime, not because of race. When you usually see other races of people attacking a black person, it's usually because they feel some type of racism towards them, or they feel some type of prejudice towards them. And in this situation, clearly that's what it was. As I read in the article, they said, racial derogatory slurs to the young girl. It's just like, that's why I cannot stand when people always try to say, oh, all people of color are the same, because we're not. At the end of the day, regardless if you want to admit it or not, Black people, African American people are treated like shit more than any other race of people. And I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. And I'll never be blue in the face. I'll always be black. So therefore, I'm going to keep saying it. It's true. This article and many other situations that have happened prove it. And, you know, I'm not going to take, the gaslighting doesn't work on me. You can disagree with me all you want, but the facts are here, sis. I'm proving it to you in one article here. And there's many other facts that you can look up for yourself. Because if you want to come at me talking about I'm wrong, educate yourself first, sis. Bruh. Because these are facts. These Indian boys did this not because they just wanted to be mean individuals. They did it and targeted her because she was a black girl. Let's go find a young black girl to fuck with because we feel like we're better than black people. And it's crazy. Yeah, I agree. A lot of Indian, Asian, and Hispanic people, we've all been through discrimination. We've all been through shit. However, at the end of the day, not all, but a lot of people who are non-black but are still considered of color feel like they're better than black people. Feel like they're above, and they do fucked up shit like this. You know, they want to use the N-word and act like, oh, we're all the same, but then turn around and be like, but I'm not black like you, though. Let me piss on you because you're an N-word and I'm not. You know, and it's just ridiculous. Like, and this fucked up part is a lot of black people do have Indian ancestry. But there's still some Indians, as you can see from these two teenage boys, who think they're better. You know, and it just pisses me off. And it also shows that black women, black young girls and black women are not protected in America. A lot of young black girls grow up that have no fathers in the home, so there's no daddy to run to if anything happens. A lot of black girls are treated like shit and thrown out into the street, sometimes even by their own mothers. You know, a lot of black girls and black women are not protected in America. You guys can argue with me if you want to, but this article is one article that proves it, but there's many other situations that prove it. You know, I don't want to make this a long-ass video, so I didn't feel like putting hella examples in here, but I do have one other example, and I'll show you. It's an article about a mother that was forced to watch as her ex-roommate sawed her two young children's heads off. If you haven't heard about it, brief description, this young black mother, she had two children, a daughter and a son, and she was in her home, you know, just in the home at night. I think it said she had just put her kids to bed. I'm not sure, but it was nighttime, and they were like, you know, about to go to bed, or if not already in bed. And this black man breaks in her home along with his younger brother, and they break in and they have weapons like knives. And they break in and they're trying to steal. They broke in to steal. You know, they wanted to steal money from her and all the things that she had. The man was pissed that she didn't have any money. So he said, fuck it. You don't have money. I'm going to kill you and your children. So he decides to kill the kids first. He has his younger brother hold the mother down with the weapons in his hand and hold her down and forces her to watch as he stabs her children to death and saws off their head with the knives. And then right after that, he kills the mother by stabbing her to death. And as you can see, I blurred out these people's names because I try to keep people's identity, you know, out of the situation, especially if I don't agree with them. I did leave the faces, however, because I do want you to see that this is a black man that posted it. This is a black man that posted this, right? So then I go to the comments and see what people say, and this is what I see. I see a few people comment, and then I come across this one woman commenting. And she comments under the picture saying, dumb bitch. Now I'm like, hold the fuck up. Like, who the fuck is she calling a dumb bitch? I know she's not calling the victim, the black mother who had to watch her children be killed and then be killed afterwards. A victim who had nothing to do with this, who was just simply in her home, sleeping for the night, and she gets attacked and killed. I know she's not calling her a dumb bitch. She can't be calling her a dumb bitch. So I go to look to see, I go on her profile and I blurt out her name. I go on her profile to see what she looks like. Of course, she's a non-black woman. Of color, yes. You know, she looks like she's like maybe, what do you call it? Like an Asian or Indian descent. Like she looked like she could have been like maybe part Indian and part Cambodian. That's what she looked like. She kind of had like Asian features, but she also was kind of like a dark Indian look too. So I could tell she had like Indian ancestry and Asian ancestry in her. She clearly wasn't black. She didn't look black. Her kids were not black. She was not black. She looked like she was probably Cambodian and of Asian descent, maybe some Indian. So I comment, and I call her out because I'm like, who the fuck you calling a dumb bitch? I didn't say it like that, but that's basically how I felt. What I posted, I blurred out her name again, but I commented and I was basically like, why would you call her that? She's an innocent victim, like. But here we go again, you know, America always blaming the black woman, even when she's the victim, it's still always her fault, huh? And, you know, she comments back telling me, like, shut the fuck up and blase, blase. And I'm like, she was like, you should shut the fuck up or something like that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. You ain't shit, period. And I put the fuck you emoji up. And, you know, she commented back trying to say, like, it has nothing to do with the fact that she's black. You know, if I was a mother, these are just a few comments out of all. There was like 10 different comments, but I just posted like some of them so you can see the gist of the argument. She was, you know, trying to say like, it has nothing to do with the fact that she's black. If she was white, purple, yellow, whatever, I would still feel the same way. However, this is what gets me about people who are non-black, or even black people who don't give a fuck about black people, because there are black people who are just as disrespectful. It's like, I notice this all the time, especially as of the past year. You know, the more that I've been actually educating myself on the history of black Americans and, you know, how black women are treated in America and how even our own black men treat us in America and don't protect us. I've been educating myself. Unlike most people, I educate myself. And I've been noticing whenever I see articles about non-black women, more specifically white women, and sometimes even Hispanic women or Asian women, but usually white women or Hispanic, I never ever see anyone comment under there, you know, saying anything disrespectful about the non-black woman. You know, she's the victim, which she should be. You know, if this was any other race of woman in this situation, I would still consider her a victim, because that's, you know, fucked up. She didn't do anything. It wasn't her fault. But whenever it's a black woman, like in this situation right here, which is why I'm giving you guys another example of a black woman, because the first article was about a black girl, now it's about a black woman. Whenever I see it's about a black girl or a black woman, there's always people under the comments, not everybody, but I always see a couple of comments of somebody saying that it's the black person's fault. It's the black girl's fault. It's the black woman's fault that she was murdered. It's her fault that she was raped. She deserved it. And it's just like, for you to have the audacity to say she's a dumb bitch because you're saying, oh, if that was me, I wouldn't have just sat there. Well, first off, bitch, educate yourself. And this is what I mean. People don't educate themselves. If you read the article, it said that she was attacked by 2 men with weapons. Yeah, you could try to fight all you want, but at the end of the day, if you're one woman and you're fighting 2 men with weapons, it's highly unlikely that you will win. So for you to call this now deceased mother a dumb bitch because she physically couldn't fight these men off and was forced to watch her kids be murdered and then be murdered afterwards, that just shows how much you have no sympathy or empathy for black women. And I don't give a fuck if you try to say it has nothing to do with her color. I would have said this about anyone. But you said it about a black woman. So I take offense to it, because one is disrespectful to her and it's disrespectful to black women who literally in most situations like this have no control on what happened to them. But there's always still somebody like this woman here and other people like her who say it's her fault. She's a dumb bitch. And I'm just tired of the shit. And I just needed to talk about this because I wanted to show you guys what's going on in this world. Why you think I always post, you know, videos and stuff every now and again about colorism and how, you know, black women are being disrespected? This is why, because it's still happening and nobody's doing anything about it. And like I said a second ago, a black man posted this article, right? And he is reading our argument and he doesn't even come to the black woman's defense. He just, as you can see, there's a like button that was hit and also a laughing button. The woman that I was arguing with was doing the laughing buttons and the black man would hit the like buttons. So you're liking what we're saying, but you're not going to come in the defense of the black woman who was murdered. You just think it's oh, I'll just like it. And that's the problem. We have no black men coming to our defense. You know, there's some women like me. I'm married and my husband's black. So yes, he will defend me because I'm his wife. But if I wasn't married, I probably wouldn't have no one to come to my defense because I don't have a brother. So it's just like black men ain't even helping us out here. And it's just crazy to me that a lot of this shit is going on in America and there's nobody, not even our own black men, to defend black women. And I feel extremely bad for this young black girl who was assaulted by these boys. And I'm sure, I didn't even read the comments of other people because I didn't even want to hear what the fuck they had to say. But I'm sure if I read the comments on people who read the article, they might say it was her fault too. Because that's how people do us in America. They think everything that happens to us, even if we literally are being killed, it's our fault. We're a dumb bitch. And I'm tired of it. But I'm going to report it every time because I'm going to show y'all how y'all treating us. And I'm going to always put it on wax and bring in the facts. And, you know, it is what it is. There's also some black women did comment under Leah Gordon's post. Because like I said, she posted on the actual article of the black girl, you know, being assaulted by the Indian boys. She posted it on her community tab. And there were some black women who did comment and give their commentary. And I'll show that in a second so you can see it. And, you know, they had their comments and I agreed with what they said. And as you can see, I liked it. So, you know, I'm just tired of this bullshit, but I'm going to report it every time. You know, my channel is meant for me to talk about what I want to talk about. Whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. But I'm going to always say what I feel and I'm going to always be true. And I'm going to always come with the facts on top of it. And whether you like it or not, it is what it is. And I'm going to speak my truth.